a sudden delay, a global power shift, and a silent strategy unfolding behind closed doors. This is the story that's grabbing attention worldwide right now. The unexpected postponement of a major US-China summit has triggered intense speculation, and all eyes are now on Beijing as it carefully studies the political situation in Washington. What looks like a simple scheduling change may actually be a calculated moment of opportunity. The United States is currently facing mounting pressure, both internationally and domestically, and that's exactly where China sees a potential opening. According to analysts, Chinese officials are not rushing to reschedule the meeting. Instead, they are observing, analyzing, and waiting. The reason is clear. Timing is everything in global politics. With the US dealing with rising geopolitical tensions and internal political challenges, Beijing believes it may gain leverage in future negotiations. Trade discussions remain one of the key areas where China hopes to benefit. If the US leadership appears weakened or distracted, China could push for concessions that were previously off the table. However, this is not a one-sided advantage. Chinese strategists are also aware of the risks. US domestic politics can shift quickly, and any change in leadership dynamics could lead to a more aggressive stance against China. That uncertainty is forcing Beijing to tread carefully. At the same time, ongoing global conflicts are adding another layer of complexity to the situation. With US attention divided, China is closely monitoring how American resources and decision-making are being stretched. This moment is not just about diplomacy, it's about positioning for the future. As the situation develops, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. This delay is not slowing things down, it is reshaping the game entirely. Behind the scenes, communication between the two countries continues, but the tone has shifted. China is signaling patience, while the United States appears focused on managing multiple challenges at once. This imbalance is exactly what Beijing is studying. Experts suggest that China's leadership is trying to determine how much pressure the current US administration can handle, and whether it will be forced into making compromises to stabilize its position. The economic angle is especially critical. Trade negotiations between the two countries have always been complex, but now they are entering a new phase. China could use this moment to push for increased exports, relaxed restrictions, or favorable terms in key sectors. Meanwhile, global markets are reacting to the uncertainty. Oil prices are fluctuating, supply chains are under pressure, and investors are watching closely. The delay of such a high-level meeting sends a signal that major decisions are still up in the air. Another important factor is political timing. With elections and internal debates shaping US policy, China understands that decisions made now could have long-term consequences. That's why Beijing is not rushing into any agreements. Instead, it is calculating the best possible moment to act. At the same time, there is a growing concern about how this situation could impact global alliances. Other countries are also watching closely, trying to understand how the balance of power might shift. If China successfully uses this delay to its advantage, it could strengthen its position not just against the US, but on the global stage as a whole. What makes this situation even more intense is the uncertainty surrounding what happens next. The delayed summit is still expected to take place, but the timing and outcomes remain unclear. This creates a window where both sides are reassessing their strategies. For China, this is a moment to refine its approach, strengthen its negotiating position, and prepare for multiple scenarios. For the United States, it is a test of resilience, how effectively it can manage external conflicts while maintaining its global leadership role. The stakes are incredibly high. Any agreement reached in the future could shape trade, security, and international relations for years to come. At the same time, the delay itself is sending a powerful message. It shows that even the most important diplomatic engagements can be influenced by shifting political realities. This is a reminder that global power is not static. It is constantly evolving. As both nations move forward, the world will be watching closely. Every statement, every move, and every decision will be analyzed for signs of what comes next. Will China succeed in gaining leverage? Will the United States regain its footing and push back stronger? Or will this delay lead to an entirely new phase in their relationship? One thing is certain, this is not just a pause, it is a turning point. And the decisions made in the coming weeks could redefine the balance of power on a global scale. For more global breaking news and major updates like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for our next report.